I've decided that today is the day I'm going to make my first art piece of 2024. I've been on a little bit of a hiatus due to health reasons, but I'm feeling more and more ready each day to get back into it. Not always, but a lot of times I will use a grid for my drawings. And that's either to speed up the drawing process or to make sure I get the contour down accurately. But I do also think that it's always important to exercise the natural ability to measure with the eye. Another super important thing to me when prepping is the way that I sharpen my charcoal pencils. It's taken a lot of trial and error, but using the right pressure when sanding it down is important because it can break very easily. Some of my favorite pencils to use are General's charcoal pencils, both black and white, and Wolf's carbon pencils, which are a mix between graphite and charcoal, which makes the lead less brittle. I strive to make them as sharp as possible in order to achieve the finest details. I've worked in charcoal for about 20 years now, and I really love it. I've really fine-tuned the technique that I've wanted to achieve. But as I was making this drawing, I realized my eyesight is not as good as it was even 1 year ago. And so I had to get my magnifier light out to really see the fine details that I like to achieve. As I worked with it, I remember years ago I used to work with pen and ink. And I started to imagine how many more details I could achieve in my art in pen with the magnifier light. So I may try that out sometime in the future. But this topic of pen and ink has gotten me thinking about a past memory I have. My artist grandfather, who passed away 40 years ago, he was someone I really looked up to, and my mother used to bring me to visit him at his trailer where he would create, and I remember seeing his easel up on the counter in there and just feeling like this creation is so precious, I'm not allowed to touch it. And I was just in awe of his abilities. I wanted to be like him. At one point, he started to teach me a little bit about art, and one of the first memories I have is making these little ink drop creations of trees. What we would do is place 2 to 3 drops of brown ink onto a sheet of paper. And then I was handed a little red straw, like the ones used to mix coffee back in the day. I would then blow through the straw at the droplet of ink in different directions, but towards one side of the paper, which would end up resembling a tree. My grandfather and I used to make these creations together. And we created these on a certain type of paper, and this paper was scrap paper. I'm not sure what it was used for, but my father would bring home stacks and stacks of it from the company that he worked for at the time. So the company logo was on one side and blank sheet of paper on the other. And we just have so many creations throughout the years on this specific paper. I still have some of those tucked away somewhere. I remember his pen work so vividly, all of the little intricate details of crosshatching that made up different tones and shades of the drawing. And I do feel that I was highly influenced by that style even in my charcoal work, because I have actually never blended my charcoal, only lines.